Christian mama, it's time to start raising them kids. It's time to start training them kids. One of the things that we have been mistaught in culture is that kids are raised. Kids are not raised, they are trained. Especially if you have a prophetic child who has a gift of dreaming, seeing in the spirit, you want to make sure that you are training them up so that the enemy does not take them out at a young age. And it's also going to help you as you're dealing with your child growing and developing so that they don't drive you crazy. So, one of the ways that you want to start training up your prophetic child is in the art of fasting. Fasting is a part of the life of a believer, of a Christian. So that means our Christian children should also be exposed to fasting. And that can look a couple of different ways. If you have a child that is younger than the age of 10, you want to start them off by sacrificing something that they are eating on a regular basis or drinking on a regular basis. If they're drinking jug juices every day, yeah, that can be something that you ask them to give up. If they're eating Cheetos 15 times a day, that can be another option. You want to begin to teach them what it means to sacrifice for righteousness' sake. You want to begin to teach them what it means to not allow your God to be your appetite, which we're told in Philippians chapter 3 is going to be one of the characteristics of these in times. So as you're teaching your child to fast, you want to begin to communicate with them. Don't make them feel like you're making them give things up. You want to have them have conversations and make choices about what it means and what it will look like for them to fast. Now, we'll get in a future conversation about the difference between fasting and consecration. We're talking about fasting, which is going to include food and water, nothing else. That's the only thing you can fast from is food and water. Anything else that they're giving up is not fasting, but we need to train up our children in the art of fasting because fasting is what's going to develop their prophetic gifting. Now, if you have a child that is older than the age of 10, you will want to start including them in practices of giving up hours of mealtime. I would say for a child older than the age of 10, you want to start them off with just 12-hour fast. So 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is a good one where they may, if it depends on what time they wake up, they may get a little something before going to school. They will skip lunch at school, and then when they come home, you will fix them dinner that night. That is a place where you want to begin to, again, train up your child in the art of subjugating the flesh, submitting the flesh to God so that the devil will flee. So we can resist the devil and the devil will flee from us. So as they grow up, you're going to be able to scale and build this fasting ability within them before they even reach adulthood, because that's what it looks like to train up a child. So let me talk to you about why you want to do this. Yes, we talked about fasting is one of the ways to develop their prophetic senses, but that is not the only benefit of teaching a child to fast. Other benefits include emotional regulation, chemical and hormonal regulation, helping with issues such as anxiety, depression that children times come into contact with and covenant with at young ages. It's also going to help with behavior issues such as focus issues that are derivatives of ADHD, ADD. It's going to help with their mental cognition. It's going to help with their mental clarity. So if you have a child who is dealing with any of these issues, chemical issues, hormone imbalances, you're dealing with teenage angst, you're dealing with them being hypersexual, you're dealing with them being devious, these type of behavior issues can begin to be addressed with fasting because some demons come out by prayer and fasting. So this is going to be a great tool for you to use as a Christian mom raising Christian kids so that your Christian kids learn what it looks like to walk out this faith successfully before they leave your home. The art of giving up and sacrificing things is something that I talk about in my newest children's book, I Am a Seer. This children's book is for the prophetic seer, the child who has the gift of seeing into the spirit. And the little boy Isaac that is depicted in this book is going to have to make some really tough decisions on what it means to give up things for his safety, for his spiritual health, and for his maturity. So this is going to be a great place for you to sit with your children in order to teach them and guide them about what it means to suffer for righteousness' sake and to give up things that may feel good to the flesh, but be harmful to the spirit. So I hope that you will, one, grab the book, I Am a Seer, that's dropping March 2nd for public purchase, and also start incorporating fasting in the training up of a child. If you have any questions about what it looks like for you as a parent to fast, or what it would look like for you to begin to teach and train your children to fast, make sure you drop a comment or send me a message. Thank you so much for being here. We are here to support you as you are raising your Christian kids, especially those prophetic babies, because we are told in Joel chapter 2, verses 28 and 29, that these kids are going to be prophetic because they have received of the Holy Spirit. Shalom.